my friend, and welcome to today's special Thanksgiving week edition of the Crusade for Christ TV and podcast. I'm Pastor TK, and I am grateful, truly grateful, that you would take a moment to join me today. This week, it carries a certain weight, a certain quietness, a certain pull on the heart, because Thanksgiving does two things, and it does them simultaneously. It reminds us of what God has done, and it reveals how deeply we need Him still. And so today, I want to talk with you about something simple, yet it's absolutely essential to the Christian life: the power of a grateful heart in a difficult world. The power of a grateful heart in a difficult world. My friend, gratitude, it is a choice, not a condition. And that's point one. Point one is this: gratitude, it is a choice, not a condition. Gratitude is not something that happens to us. It is something that must be cultivated in us. If you wait for perfect circumstances to be thankful, you will never be thankful. Life isn't perfect. People are imperfect. Even this year has held moments that brought tears, frustrations, or uncertainty. And yet, it is into that kind of year that God whispers, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. And it's not because everything is easy, but it's because God is faithful. Gratitude, it shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present. And that's our second point today. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present. When our minds drift toward what we don't have, our hearts become anxious, they become restless or disappointed. But, but when we begin naming what God has already done, peace enters, perspective returns. I was reading earlier today, preparing for this message, and I was reading in First Thessalonians, where Paul wrote in chapter 5, verse 18. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 18, in everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. In everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. He didn't say for everything. He said in everything, because God is working in the unseen places, those quiet moments, the burdens that no one else knows we carry. Gratitude, it opens our eyes to that reality. And a grateful heart, it draws you closer to God. And that's our third point for today. A grateful heart, it draws you closer to God. My friend, every time you pause and say, Father, thank you, you are turning your attention toward Him. And when you turn your attention toward Him, you begin to sense His presence. You begin to recognize His hand. You begin to understand His faithfulness, and you will do it in ways you had overlooked before. Friend, gratitude, it is not just a feeling, it is an invitation. It's an invitation into God's peace, His presence, His comfort, His strength. And in those difficult seasons, that is what we need most. Gratitude, it prepares your heart for what God will do next. And that's point 4. Gratitude prepares your heart for what God will do next. A grateful heart is a ready heart, a prepared heart. It's a heart that sees opportunities in unlikely places, and it sees blessings in unexpected forms. So this Thanksgiving, don't simply remember what God has done. Position yourself for what He is about to do, because God has a habit of moving in most powerfully in the lives of those who live with grateful expectations. And my prayer for you this week, it is simple. May the Lord quiet your heart where it is restless. Strengthen your heart where it is weary. Fill your heart where it feels empty. May gratitude open your eyes in the many ways that God is walking beside you, guiding, providing, protecting, and sustaining you. And may this be a Thanksgiving where His peace settles over your home like a warm blanket on a cool desert morning. Now, before we end this episode, I have a special invitation for this Thanksgiving morning. Thankful Thursday, a Thanksgiving reunion walk. Thursday, November 27th, 2025 at 8 a.m. in Yucca Valley, California, the corner of Sage and Onaga. Now, family, before the turkey goes in the oven, before family begins to arrive, before the busyness of the day begins, I want you to join Corny, myself, and Lorna for a special Thanksgiving morning walk. We call it Keep Walking Like You're Going Somewhere, Thankful Thursday, whether you live here in the high desert or you're visiting with family. Maybe you're just here for the holiday. Why not do this? Lace up those walking shoes and meet us at Sage and Onaga in Yucca Valley for a beautiful time of fellowship, gratitude, and prayer. Now, maybe you never thought about this, but let me just share with you a few benefits of walking. Walking strengthens your heart. Walking clears your mind. Walking reduces stress, and it lifts your mood. Walking increases energy. It improves sleep. And walking with others, well, it reminds you that you're not alone. On Thanksgiving morning, we don't walk. Well, we'll walk, but we'll breathe and we'll reflect and we'll thank God together. What a wonderful way to begin the day, family. And remember, my friend, remember the most important thing in your life is your relationship with Jesus Christ. So trust Him, obey Him, and leave all the consequences to Him. Happy Thanksgiving. I love you. I'm praying for you, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Crusade for Christ TV and podcast.